Hi, Flosstubers. This is Stitching to Connect Annie. It's September. I always forget to look at the date. Um, it's Thursday, September 16th. And this is almost my first year anniversary on Flosstube. I started September 20th of 2020. I kind of remember that, 9/20/20. And I looked it up and I was right on. And that's on Monday. But I'm going in for a very long dental procedure on Monday, which if you want to know about that, stay tuned to the end and I'll talk about life. But so I thought, better do this because I have a busy weekend planned, getting some things done and seeing some friends and things like that before that procedure on Monday. But it's good to see you. I think it's been 2.5, maybe even 3 weeks. I hope it hasn't been quite that long. I try to do it every 1 to 2 weeks, and well, I don't think I've ever done 1 week, but maybe at the very beginning I did. Again, I'm blathering. So it's great to see you. This is number 20. I just looked. I just looked. Oh my gosh. Senior moment here. I just looked at what number I was on, and it is, oh my goodness, and this is Flosstube 23 for me. So obviously not every week because then I would have 50 something. So probably every 2 weeks. Anyway, happy almost fall. Monday it turns fall. We are still in the 80s, 90s here in Denver, Colorado area. I live in Highlands Ranch, which is actually south of the metropolitan Denver area, between Denver and Colorado Springs, basically. And so I hope you enjoy meeting up with me ever so often. I certainly enjoy this. I'll talk a little bit about my journey later as to what has transpired over this Flosstube journey. But I can't believe it's been a year, almost a year. I'm going to call it my year anniversary. I'm going to name this my year anniversary video. But yeah, so let's jump into stitching. I've got my notes, and hopefully this will all go well. I won't have to pause it or stop it or anything because again, I'm a year into this. I still don't edit. Excuse me, my nose is running. I still don't edit, and I still don't insert things yet. I decided, okay, I'll make it the year, and then we'll start learning all the extras. So I'm gonna straight just video it, upload it, cross my fingers that nothing happens, and for the most part, it goes well. The last few have gone very, very well. So let's see. We'll talk about my whips. I have been stitching on my Gilmore Girls project. Autumn and Stars Hollow, which is a full coverage piece. So it's quite the stitch. And I've done this much. So since I last saw you, I believe, I may have had this part done, but I had none of the gazebo done, and I've done that much of the gazebo. So spent a fair amount of time on that, stitching it, and it's looking really pretty. I really like it. I'm kind of excited. I think I'll tackle this little wreath as I do these areas down here have fall leaves. You can see on the chart they have fall leaves, and so I'll probably, as I'm doing those colors, pull those keep that color and just check and see. So I could probably get my wreath done when I'm doing these fall leaves down here. Method to my madness, but it's fun. I still haven't filled in my copper boom up here. It might be some of those colors too that the leaves are done in. So I really would like to get this whole section done. Like there's a pumpkin down here, and what else is down there? Oh, steps that go up to the gazebo. And I think I've shared before. I'm going to hold this here and just see if I can get this to be my screenshot. That is another mystery I haven't figured out yet of what do I hold up? Do I not move? Does it go at a certain point of time in the video? Because I get some of the strangest still screenshots for my videos that I'm not happy with. So let's hope this goes as planned. But anyway, I'll just hold this up as I speak. We took in 2019, yes, August of 2019, my husband and I took our 2 grandchildren who were then, it was 2 years ago, 12 and 14. Yes, 12 and 14, and went to Southern California for a week. They live in DC, so they flew in. Next day we flew out and went to Southern California for a week because they'd never been to Southern California. We didn't do Disney, we didn't do Universal, but we did do Warner Brothers Studios tour, and we did the VIP tour, which was a little spendy, but if you can do it, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And of course, Gilmore Girls was filmed on Warner Brothers, at Warner Brothers Studio, and they had, Stars Hollow town. And so I got pictures of my granddaughter at the gazebo. And like I said, next time I'll try to start learning how to insert pictures, because there's some cute photos of the Stars Hollow town. So yeah, so that gazebo is kind of special, and I want to get this whole section done. Like I said, down the gazebo steps, there's a pumpkin over here. I want to get the wreath done, and I want to get comfort boom done, and maybe my next video, because it'll probably be 2 weeks due to my dental procedure, that I'll be returning to Flosstube. So that's kind of exciting. I'm plugging along on that. I'm also excited that this Sunday I'm going to meet up with a stitchy friend that I found out lives in my area, and I met her on the Stars Hollow retreat that was virtual, and we're going to get together on Sunday and stitch together. So I'm very excited to meet her and see if we can do some fun stitchy plans in the future. And I kind of I may work on this weekend. I kind of want to work on it with her when I'm there. So we'll see. But I'm definitely planning on taking it and showing her my progress. So that's a biggie. That's a really fun progress stitch. The other thing I worked primarily on was my Mill Hill Santa. Not Mill Hill Santa. I finished my Santa, my snowman. I think last time, I don't know what I had done last time. May have just been his head. I've done a lot. I've done all the stitching, and now I'm doing the beading. And as I've shared before, I have arthritis in my hands, so I have to pace myself. And I did push myself the other day on my beading, and I suffered. So beading is a lot more laborious with your fingers and just this whole motion and all of that, than of course just stitching. So I've got to remember that. But I got so excited because I finished my I did a little beading along the way, because I did his head, and I think his head was done last time. I need to have something to back this up with. I always forget to bring just a white piece of paper. I never have a white piece of paper. So I'll just hold it up to this. That's not going to make any difference. Anyway, I had just done his head last time. You can see how sparkly the beads are. So I think I've done that much of him, maybe. Look how much I've done. He's so cute, and he's holding an owl right there. He's a Jim Shore snowy owl. He's called Snowy Owl Snowman. You can see the owl a little better when he's finished, because I haven't done the back stitching. I did do the back stitching on, like I said, I wanted to see what his head looked like. So I completely finished his head. I think I do have a couple more beads over here to do, but I did finish all of his head. And so I did all the back stitching on him up here, but I haven't done all the back stitching here. And that's going to show, as you can see. Is that focusing? I hope so. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can see the owl has glasses on, which is always fun, and looks a little wise, a wise owl. And this will be fun to have as my picture photo too, if it clicks. I'm gonna stop and show things like that, just in hopes that maybe one of these will come through. But isn't he fun? Oh, he's so fun. So I probably have maybe 2 more hours left on beading, realistically. I have all of this in here, which I think, yeah, he's almost done. And then have to bead the owl. Yeah, I do have some beading on the owl. And then I think I have some outline beading. Yeah, I have to outline bead. I beaded this part down here, but I have to outline bead this side. And I have to fill in all the beads on his vest. And I fully expect to have this done by my next video. And I did pull the trigger and ordered the sticky felt from Amazon, and it's coming this week. So then I can finish my Santa, which I've shown you before. I won't show that again. I'll show it again when I get it fully finished. So worked a lot on him. I did a lot of the stitching on him, and then started the beading. So he was very, I spent a lot of time with Mr. Snowman, and I'm very pleased with it. And then the only other thing I did, and yeah, I do have it, is Stitchonomy is doing a Halloween stitch along. It's a mystery stitch along, and it's a big book. I have it in a very small Q-snap because this square will be released this weekend of what's in this square, and I just kind of wanted to focus. So a lot of people do the whole outline. I mean, it's big. It's probably, like, I don't have I don't print it out. It's on my electronic device. But this is the pages at the top. This is the spine of the book, and it says All Hallows Eve down the side of the book. And then each little box has something. And I knew that the first box, that the first release of the boxes would be this one. Somehow, I don't remember how I found that out. But I'm excited because I'm going to start on that this weekend too. And I think it's released tomorrow. Tomorrow the 17th? Yes, tomorrow. Because I didn't join the Pattern Club. If you join the Pattern Club, which I did last time because I did the Christmas one, which when I fully finish that, and I'm going to in the next month to 2 months because I want it up for Christmas, then I did it last time. But if you join the Pattern Club, I'm sorry, I'm blathering again. You can get the kit and you get the pattern, but you can get the pattern for a certain amount of time for free before the release. And I did that this time, and I didn't join the Pattern Club. If you join the Pattern Club, then you automatically get everything a week prior to when it's released for the free one. I just decided I've spent enough money. I'm going to just do my own. That's not true. That is not true. I did get the floss and the fabric. I got the floss and the fabric. Where is my floss? Oh, here it is. So these are the colors. These are the colors for the release and for the chart. And this is the way they send it. And then I just go through and I put all these symbols and the numbers of the floss along the top. It's an easy way to do it. You can see I measured my fabric. I wasn't crazy about the fabric, which is here nor there. I mean, it's the fabric they sent, and it's fine, but it's not very. I mean, it's pretty. It has some texture to it and some coloration to it. You can't really see it, but it has some flecks of brown, and it looks kind of parchment, like an old book would. And so I did get the fabric and the floss, and then I had signed up early, so I got the pattern release for free, but didn't join the pattern club. And that's what I did with the Christmas one. And I love the Christmas one. When I get it fully finished, it's a long banner. And when I get it fully finished, then I'll show it to you, because it's going to be finished for Christmas this year, so I can hang it. But so I worked on that. I did all the black on that, and then I'm going to fill in the first box. And I think I'm gonna do the black around each box. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think once they start, they release one every day. So that's why people do the whole book or the whole chart with all the boxes, because that's what she traditionally does for her Halloween releases. If you go back, it's called Stitchonomy. If you go to her website, you'll see the past Halloween, and they're little boxes, and then they have figures of them in it. And I believe this is going to be more Halloween book or Halloween video or Halloween motifs from books, videos. What else is there? Books, movies. Is there something else? I don't know. But it's not going to be the traditional Halloween little motifs. So we'll see. Should be fun. It's kind of fun to have it be a mystery. So that'll be an adventure and a mystery. And sorry, I didn't remember that I'd ordered the fabric and the floss. So I'll be working on that this week. And my Stars Hollow. And beating up my snowman. But like I said, with this dental procedure looming, who knows how much I'll get done. So those are my whips. Haul. During the Gilmore Girls Stars Hollow retreat, which is put on by I was starting to say Steel City, but it's not. It's oh my goodness, it just left me. Black Needle Society. I'm sorry. There were little games and giveaways and stuff, and I won one. And I won this pattern. It's a tiny modernist. It's called Your Own Kind of Beautiful. It came this week. It's Your Own Kind of Beautiful. And I think last video I mentioned I was getting this and had won it. And I have never done a tiny modernist pattern. A lot of people rave about them, and it is a beautiful chart. I'm just not a chickens person. I'm not a big fowl, Fowl person. But they are beautiful chickens, I have to say. And the flowers are pretty, and the butterflies lovely, and um, I don't know if I don't think I'll be doing it right away, but it's a beautiful pattern. And I even thought of putting like different animals or kind of odd looking little animals, or maybe taking something like a platypus or a hedgehog, or animals that you don't think of as being beautiful. I think of beautiful animals, or even birds. I mean, I I don't know. It might defeat the purpose because maybe they meant to mean. I don't even know if that's a correct phrase. Maybe they were trying to convey that not chickens are not thought of as beautiful, and that's possible. So this is all in your interpretation, but and it may grow on me. It kind of is growing on me as I'm holding it up and looking at it. So we'll see. That remains to be seen, along with my strange phraseology of meant to mean. That was crazy. So I won that. So that was fun. It got a little mushed in the mail. It wasn't in a padded envelope. And then I do like Black Needle Society. Katie does great charts, and she did the Gilmore Girls chart, the Stars and Autumn Stars Hollow chart. She does great charts, so I really like her charts. And they released, I'm going to take this out of the bag because I think it will be kind of glary. I want you to be able to see this. It's called Good Fortune. Is that a fabulous dragon or what? She does great. The other thing they do is great photos for their patterns, I think. Yeah. He's going to be a chore, but oh, I love him. So, a New Year's dragon, Good Fortune. Let me put my glasses on real quick and read this to you because it's cute. It says, I originally designed this piece to be a celebration piece for Chinese New Year in February. It was part of a larger project that I decided I was unhappy releasing as a collection. As a new designer, I am still finding my style and learning with each attempt at charting something. I dreamed it up in my mind's eye. Charting something I dreamed up in my mind's eye, period, sorry. I did, however, really love how this particular design from the set turned out, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to release it on its own. I hope you enjoy stitching it. So that was her thought process for it, and I'm excited. The colors are so vibrant. It does have 15 colors of DMC. And the way it's charted with the DMC, I think I'm going to try and stitch it in DMC. Sometimes I pull my own threads, but this one I think really needs to be stitched the way it was envisioned. And I have some fabric, the exact color. I think it's Fortnite fabric, belonged to their club. I have some pinkish, reddish fabric because it needs to really pop on whatever I put it on. Anyway, look at his face. And it's gonna be laborious. Look at all those little, see all those little diamonds? I don't know how fast it'll go, but, and I'll do it on 16, 18 count probably. So yeah, I'm excited about that. So I ordered that. She released that in the vault, and I don't know if it's still available. But if it is, and you like dragons and you like Chinese New Year's or anything, or just a great chart, get it, because it's cool. And I was very excited to get it. She released some other things. Maybe one or two other ones. And I don't even remember what they were, but that one was the one I wanted. So haul. Oh, this was something I got a while back, and I'm just going to share with you about it because when you're doing mill hills and or any kind of pattern or chart with beads, it can be a challenge to wrangle those beads. So I ordered this, and I really like it, and it works really well. I just call it a bead holder. So it's this little thing. I ordered it on Amazon. I'm almost sure I order an awful lot on Amazon just because it comes the next day or the next 2 days. And I have Prime, so I don't pay shipping. So it ends up costing less than hopping in the car and taking the gas to go drive and pick it up somewhere. It fits on your finger like that. I have very small fingers, but it's adjustable. It has a little, it's just plastic, who knows how long it'll last. But then it also has this sticky stuff that's like, I don't think that the camera will focus on it well enough for you to really see. Maybe. Anyway, I've got a couple of beads on there. It's like a little sticky pad. It has little nubs. It's not even sticky. I mean, I put my finger on it. It's more nubby than sticky. And the beads just stick between the nubs. So what I do is I have forayed into diamond painting just a little on the side. And you get these trays with diamond paint because they have these ridges. And so the diamond, whatever they're called, dots or they fit between these so you can actually pick them up easier. And this works great for beads too. So I pour my beads in here, kind of shake it around. Then I take, this is my procedure, or the way I do it, is I put it on my one finger and I put it with it down like this. And then I push against the beads and it picks up. And I can probably get 10 or 12 beads, depending on the size of the beads, on this. Sometimes I have to finagle it a little bit and twist my fingers so that the little nubs pick it up. Works really well. And then I take it from this finger, which I pressed, which is my right hand, and I put it on this finger, which is my left hand, and then I just have it there, and I just pick up my beads as I go. And I have to say, it's a great way to do the beading. So I'm going to share that with you. Again, Amazon, don't remember the name of it, but you'd be able to find it by bead holder or bead, I don't know. I wanted to share that with you. It's on my notes. So showed the tiny modernist, the dragon, the bead holder. I have no full finishes. So my plans, all things fall and all things Halloween. As I said, fall happens on Monday, the 21st. I can always remember the dates of seasons, when seasons turn, because it's a little relatable, but not totally. My daughter was born January 21st. So the 21st sticks in my mind as an important date. And then I, through the years, just put it with, oh, okay, so September 21st, December 21st, right? September, October. Is December 21st the first day of winter? Yeah. March 21st is spring. And is it June 21st is summer? June, July, yeah. Yeah. So that's how I remember. So I always remember the dates that we change seasons. Because everybody thinks it's already fall, and it really isn't until September 21st. So, all things fall, y'all, is what I'm going to be stitching in the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not a huge Christmas stitcher, although my Mill Hill kits are. Oh, let me back up. This goes along with plans a little bit. So because I've enjoyed stitching 2 Mill Hill stitches in the last 3 months. I finished my Santa. I'm doing my snowman. I ordered another snowman, and he's holding a cardinal, and he's a Jim Shore, and he's in red and white. Whereas this one was all blues and purples, and so I thought it would be fun to have a red and white one. And these, I love them so much. I may keep them. I was going to give them as gifts, but I'm enjoying them so much, and I might keep them for a year, decorate this year with them, and then give them as gifts next year. No rules to that. It's not, they're not going to get spoiled or ruined or anything, and I can enjoy them for a year because I put the work into them, and then it passed the joy on to someone else next year. Just popped into my head. That's another reason I enjoy doing these floss tubes, because I think there's things that roll around in my mind, pardon me, and it takes some verbalization sometimes, because I don't verbalize a lot of what I do in my stitching to my friends, which I'm excited to start doing now with this friend I'm meeting this weekend, this acquaintance, she's not a friend yet, acquaintance I'm meeting this weekend to stitch with, that it kind of rolls around in my mind, and if I don't verbalize it, it doesn't come to fruition, I guess you'd say. So that kind of just popped in my head. Stitch these, have fun stitching them, celebrate with them for the year and the holiday, and then pass them on next year. I like it. It's a good recipe. So, all things fall. So, I got out some of my old whips, and I'll share some of those with you since, again, it's my year anniversary, and I don't know how long it's been. I know I started this one last year. Sorry, I keep getting up close and personal in your face really fast. Last year, I think this is Cloud's Factory. Yeah, it is. And this was a mystery release. Do I have the full release on here? I did print this out last year before I think I have it digitally, but I also printed it out. I don't think I have the whole picture of it done. I just have 3 parts of it done, or 3 parts of it. And I can't show you the last part because it's a chart. So this is what it is. It's a banner, again, a banner, which I'm kind of excited about. I don't know how you get it to focus. Anyway, the last part of it is it's cute. It's got Frankenstein and Frankenstein's wife and a haunted house and all of that. So I've only done the zombie with the graveyard. I'm going to work this next little while on the skeletons. I think they will stitch up pretty quickly. It's on a 16 or 18 count. I believe it's Mirage. I had bought this originally to do another piece on, and I took it out because I decided I didn't want to do that piece. So I have a big piece, and okay, that's how much I've done. So I'm going to do the skeletons right below it. I think that's really cute. And the fun thing is all the weight, not all the weight, the ghosty and I think the stars in the sky, that's the only two things, are in glow in the dark. I decided to do glow in the dark on a lot of the white. And the black is etoile. And if you can see in the photo, there's a border around that'll be black. I'm deciding I'm going to do it in etoile knot. Etoile's not my favorite to stitch with. I may just do it in black anchor. But that tree does sparkle. You can't see it. But I'm pretty excited. And the zombie says brains. And I love that zombie. So super cute. I do like Clouds Factory. I wonder if I may get my rearing gear. I'd love to do some of the Disney ones because I know Christian from Forbidden Fibers company, and they also do have a Flosstube called Married with Stitchers. Married with Stitchers, I think it's called. Yeah. He has done or is doing all the Disney characters, and it's gorgeous. It's so cool. And I don't know. I may jump in on that and do some of my favorites. Maybe not all of them, but some of my very favorites. And I have some favorites. So that's what I'm going to pull out and work on. I don't know when. Sometime in the next 6 to 8 weeks, like I said. Like I said, I think I started this off by saying I'm not a huge Christmas stitcher. But I have been working on those ornaments, but I don't think I have any Christmas piece because I finished that. Well, it was Christmas winter. That's kind of why I liked that Stitch on Me piece, the banner I did last year, which I would pull out, but I'm not sure where it is. So that's one of them. Or is that the only whip I have? All things fall, Halloween, skeletons. Yep, that's all and that's not true because I have my other Mill Hill, which I'm not sure where it is right now. I'll pull that out next time. I have my other Mill Hill, which is a square, and it has a little kitty cat, and it has the candelabra, and I'm definitely going to stitch on that. I should have pulled that out too, but I didn't. So that will be one I definitely will take when I go see my sister in California the third week of October, if all goes well. I mean, I have my reservations, and that's what I'm planning on doing. The other thing are just plants. So, as I spoke about, I believe, after my wonderful long weekend at StitchCon, I won a basket as a door prize. They had door prize baskets full of fall stitching, and I had very few fall Halloween Halloween, yes, but fall, Thanksgiving, autumn stitching. Another reason I want to do my Gilmore Girls is it's fall, autumn, and so it fits right in with the next 6 to 8 weeks. And I won that basket, a basket full of goodies. Just really fun. One of the gals at Keepsakes, which was the sponsor of StitchCon, is the sponsor of StitchCon, and along with Pam and Steph and Goddess Athena, and That's not right. Pam and Steph. Athena's not part of Athena is part. I'm sorry, I'm getting things mixed up. Athena is part of Black Needle Society. I'm getting my sponsors and my groups mixed up here. So rewind. Pam and Steph. And Barbara. Barbara and her husband own Keepsakes. This is all in the Cincinnati area. One of the other employees, I don't even know if they call them employees, partners, friends, stitchers, whatever, that works there and, you know, supports that whole thing, put together a basket full of autumn things, and I won that basket. Sent the basket home with a stitchy friend that was at my table that I met at StitchCon, and the rest of the things came home with me, and they were glorious. So this is one of them. This cute little pillow says 2021 on it, and autumn. And how sweet is that? So that is going to go in my dough bowl because I have ordered a dough bowl, and I want to have this sitting. I have a long console that our TV sits above, and I want to sit it right in that. And I can put Halloween and autumn and all kinds of smalls in the dough bowl. But this is my first, and it was finished. Excuse me, pardon me. I did not finish this. This came just like this. So the gal that gave it to me, oh dear, what did I do with it? Oh, it's in my turkey. I think it's in my turkey. In my turkey? Yes. Jen Grimes. She's Spooneroony underlying Stitcher on Instagram, I believe. She's the one who put the basket together, and I got to meet her and thank her. So I don't know if she stitched this or someone else stitched it, but I love it. It's got some little rickrack on it. It's got the 2021 tag on it. It's very special. I love it. So I got that. I got this wonderful thing that has the flannel on it and snaps. And I think at one point in time I knew who made this. I think I wrote it down. It's ideal. And I put my threads, has a place for a scissor holder. It has a loop. It has another loop, or a needle holder, has a magnet in it. And it's so pretty. Look at the pumpkins. So that's going to be out with my stitching in the fall until I transition to Christmas time. So I'm going to enjoy that. And one of the patterns I got is called Pumpkin Hunt. Really cute. And I've put the threads. I think I got all those threads too, but with something else that was a gift. And so I'm going to do that. And when I was at, because when you're at StitchCon, you can ride the Stitchy Bus, which is makes travel loops to Keepsakes, like I said. And I got this piece of fabric there, which will be perfect for this long one. And I may do it as a pillow. I'll see how I feel. I believe this is, I think I asked when I bought it. It was a random cut piece. But when I bought it, I think it's a 14 or 16. It looks pretty close to 14, I believe. Very cool. Very, yeah. So I'm excited about that. So that's going to be a new start. When, I'm not sure. 6 days. So I did pull that together. I know I'm going to do that. Pumpkin Hunt. Gilmore Girls, Zombie, and then I want to start. And I watched Steel City Stitchers this morning, the four gals, Erin, Erica, Jody. Oh boy, the blonde, and I can't remember her name right now. It'll come to me. I watched their release, their Flosstube this morning, and the gal whose name I cannot remember, which is so embarrassing because I'm going to their retreat in February in Philadelphia. Yes, at StitchCon I bought this. Teresa Kogut. Sorry about the glare. I don't want to pull it out right now. That glare is bad. There, like that. I'm learning. Kristen. Her name's Kristen. I knew it would come to me. Kristen's doing this, and she's done that much. And I think I have a piece of fabric that'll work. The fabric she's working on is beautiful, and she's doing it with black anchor. And I did buy the black anchor spool. And this one is done in Weeks Dye Works, which I don't use. But I may pull some, because it has some variegation to it. It has some green also. I may pull some of my variegated overdyes to do this. Haven't quite decided, but it is very cool. And I want to start that. And I may switch from my Christmas Quaker. I do have a Christmas project. I'm doing a Christmas Quaker, and Michelle Bendy Stitchy does a Quaker Zoom. And all you have to do is be stitching on a Quaker. And I may start this and stitch my Quaker, change from my Christmas Quaker, I think it's called Holiday Quaker, to this one. So I can stitch in a Halloween fall theme for Halloween. Those are my set plans right now. As I pulled all my fall gifts from the lovely lady, Jen Grimes, I found a couple more things that could be fun to stitch. Again, not a fowl person, although I do love Lindy Stitch's turkeys and her fowls and her release from whatever this last big, huge market release was a few weeks back. Her new releases of those three birds is so great. It's so great. And it'd probably be really fun to stitch. But I found, this is a Not Forgotten Farm. It's called Thomas. And it is a fabulous turkey. I mean, he is a fabulous turkey. He might come out in November. I may start him in November. I kind of really like him, and all the colors could be really fun. Could be really fun. So I pulled him out, and he may go into my November plans. The other two things that I pulled out may start, may not, that are fall, which again, I didn't have any fall charts or patterns till I got this wonderful basket from Jen. This was in it, called Double Up. It's a heart and hand. And it would be a quick stitch, which appeals to me. Be a quick stitch small. It's got a turkey on it. It says, gather here, grateful. Has some leaves, has a fun ship. I love ships. And I believe it's an Indian and a teepee. I know that's a teepee. I'm thinking that is an Indian, but it might be a turkey with a feather on top. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But this little turkey guy is cute, and this little turkey peeking around the side is darling. It would be a quick stitch. It would be fun. So that may be something I start. The other thing I got was Lizzie Kate. I hadn't had any Lizzie Kate charts. It's called Fall Crazy. It has, I can't show you individually because the inside because, but it's got turkeys and pumpkins and fall leaves and cats. Halloween 4-patch ornaments, it's called. So I open it up. It's got a pumpkin, a turkey, fall leaves, a cat with a moon, a witch's hat, a witch's shoes. Yeah, super cute. Little smalls. Could do that too. So if if I decide, oh, I just want to, sorry. There, I think I got a hair in my mouth. It was driving me crazy. If I decide I want to do some smalls, then that's the direction I'll go. I think that was it because I did also in my haul of patterns and charts and in my basket, I did get a hands-on design autumn home chart, which is also very fun. Big. So if I started, it won't get done this year. So I pulled that out. I think there was one more thing I had. Oh, I know. This is so cute. I got this last year. I think I ordered it. So this may have been, one of my other fall ideas. It's called It's a Country Cottage Needleworks. It's the only one of those I have, I believe. That's not true. I think I have another one. I do have another one. I think it's a post office for like Christmas decor. This is Pumpkin Cottage. It's a little hard to see in the glare. So I can get it so the glare is not on it. Yeah. Cute border, cute little house. Wouldn't take a lot of stitching. It's, how big is it? Yeah. It's 117 wide by 90 high. They did it on 28 count. I wouldn't do it. I probably would do 16 or 18. On that count, it comes out to 8.5 by 6.5. So it's a little bigger than I was thinking it was, but it's very cute. It only has, oh, it does have some other colors. Has crescent colors. I don't know what crescent colors are. Is that something from the past? Gentle Art Sampler threads, which I don't, but it has some DNC alternatives. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Has 8 colors in it. But I like it. I like how delicate it is. I like it. Just kind of looks like it'd be fun to stitch. Has a little bit of border. I'm not a big borders person. I get kind of bored with borders, as I'm sure a lot of people do. Then the other fall, so I'd say this was the only other fall thing, and I won this with Stitching Housewives. Mom and daughter. Can't remember their names right now. Chelsea and can't remember the mom's name. I won this last year, and I was just starting. I was just starting my whole journey into Flosstube. And I entered, they do giveaways every week. They're very generous with their giveaways, and you just put the keyword in, or the word they want you to put in your comments, and they do a drawing. And I won this last year, and it's called Clovis and Stanley. It's kind of, again, not a real big fowl bird person, but it's pretty cute. It's a crow with corn and sunflowers, and he's pretty cute. So I do have that one too. choices. I have a lot of fall choices now, which if I hadn't gone to StitchCon, I hadn't won my basket. Jen, I don't know if her name's Jennifer. Jen hadn't been so gracious to put the basket together. Um, that's that wouldn't have I wouldn't have that selection. So again, Jen, I'm so grateful if you're watching this. And go to StitchCon if you can. It's I'm signed up. I'm on the wait list for Weekend B. They will start sending out invoices, I believe, the first weekend in October. It may even be October 1st. If you get an invoice, then you're in. If you don't, you're on a wait list. And don't despair, because I was on the long wait list last year and I got to go. So don't give up. Okay. That's all my plans, my haul, my stitching. Let's talk a little bit about life. So I alluded to the fact that I'm having some dental work done Monday. I have all my teeth crowned, top, bottom. They're crowns, they're bridges, they're implants, everything. I have no natural uncovered teeth left in my mouth. And as that goes, things break down. As you get older, you've had your crowns for 20 years, you've had your bridges for 20 years. Things don't last forever. And I've spent big money on my teeth. Could have put a kid through college on my teeth. So, but I've been fortunate that I've had the money, I've had the graciousness of my friends and family throughout my life, that I've been able to do that without having to go the denture route. I don't want to go the denture route. I could live to be 100, as I've spoken about before. I have a lot of longevity in my life. Great grandmothers who lived to be 198, grandmothers who lived well into their 90s, grandfathers who lived well into their 80s. No heart disease, no cancer, nothing. So no, yeah, I said heart disease. So it's very, very likely I could live another 30 years. I just turned 70. I have to take care of my teeth. So it's a health thing. So as I go along, it's difficult for me to find a dentist I trust, of course, because I've had so much done. I have a lot of anxiety around my teeth care and my teeth, the work I have done. And I have found a dentist I really like. I had gone to one for 30 to 35 years. When he retired, I was like, what am I going to do? Put on my big girl panties and found another dentist that in between, there was a dentist that took over his practice, and he did my original, I call them my princess teeth on the top. He did a fine job. Everything went fine. I just didn't care for him as a person. It was just not a good match for me. And so I left, and I found through friends and recommendations, I found this dentist. I really like him. I love his office. I love the gals that work there. I like my gal I go to every 3 to 4 months for my cleanings. Because when you have crowns, when you have your whole mouth crowned, you have to go in for your cleanings, because the margins around your crowns and everything, I do the best I can, but it's very difficult to get all the plaque, all the stuff. A little too much information. So I like everyone in the office. And so one of my last, it had been a year, I hadn't realized that, but it had been a year. During COVID, I waited quite a while for my teeth cleaning and for my regular appointments. I just wasn't comfortable. So when I went in beginning of last year, or beginning of this year rather, I'm sorry. Yeah, beginning of 2021, I went in and he said, you got some stuff going on with half of your princess teeth on your right side. And I have some areas on my bottom teeth too that need to be addressed. And he said, I don't want you to go too long, because we don't want to lose the gum, we don't want to lose the bone, we don't want to lose this and that, and everything you have to think about. So, Monday morning, 7:30, I'm going to be in a dental chair for 4 hours. I just talked to the nurse anesthetist because I'm being anesthetized with an IV. He gave me the choice. It added some cost to the procedure, but he gave me the choice of doing it that way or just being in the chair and them giving me breaks and all of that, or splitting it in half and doing half one time and half the other time. And I was just like, no, I want to get it all done at one time. So they're doing the top and the bottom. They're putting me out for 4 hours. Yes, they will still numb me, but I won't have to experience all the numbing shots and all of that stuff because I'll be out. So my anxiety level, here's an anxiety level thing. And my anxiety level is probably right here as opposed to up here now that I know I'm not having that whole shot thing and, let's rest thing. And yes, I do gas. Yes, I do nitrous oxide, even when I get my teeth cleaned. Um, so, yeah, that's my dental story. So I want to, and then, those will be temporary. Then I'll have to go back in a month, pay the other half of my fee, which is considerable. If you want to know what I'm paying, you can message me and I'll let you know, but I'm not going to say it it's just hard to even swallow and get out of my mouth. But my husband is so wonderful and so gracious. And it was just like, this is your health, babe. You have to get this done. And it's, we have to do this. So that was not an issue at all. So that's Monday. I don't know how long I'll be under the weather. My husband's picking me up, bringing me home. He has to teach that night in the Springs, which is, he spends the night down there because he checks on his sister, who I've shared has first stage dementia. And so he has to spend a day or two down there. But I have neighbors that are going to come check on me, and it'll all go fine. It'll be fine. I'm not, like I said, anxiety is halfway up the chart, not all the way. As it gets closer, it'll get all the way. But my anesthetist nurse called today, and he said, we talked all over the procedure. I'm a tough stick, so we talked about, what does that mean and how can he make that as comfortable for me as possible. Because I always have to advocate for any time I have my blood taken, or you have to get in my hand, you have to use a band, you have to use a tiny needle, you have to use a butterfly, all the good stuff that nurses know. Because you only get, when you do my blood, you only get 2 tries at the most. If you don't get it the second time, I'm out of there. Have to hydrate a lot, blah, blah, blah. So we talked about that. And I'll hydrate a lot. He said hydrate a lot the night before, and then take some, drink 1 glass of water before you come. And he said you'll probably be fine. But again, so dry in Colorado, it does make a difference. So we'll see. I'll report next video how it all goes. I'll have my first set of temporaries. I hope there's only one set. It's usually one set. Temporaries, and then 4 to 6 weeks later, you go in for your permanent. So I just took 5 minutes to tell you about that, maybe longer. I'm excited to meet my new stitching friend on Sunday. Like I mentioned that. What do I have? I'm excited that we're in football season. Big Bronco fan. We won our first game. We've got a new quarterback. He didn't look horrible. He was pretty decent. Teddy, can't remember his last name. Teddy. I just call him Teddy. He's a young, he's got some experience. He ran the team well, I thought. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful, and that's the first time I've been hopeful about the Broncos in a couple of years. So we'll see. as I've said in my past videos, whether we win or lose our Bronco games or our University of Colorado games, because I'm a Buff fan too, Buffaloes, it doesn't change my life at all. It doesn't make any difference in how I feel about the world or my life or my psyche or anything. I just enjoy good football. And so it's fun. I enjoy watching it. What else? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about my journey on Flosstube since it's going to be a year Monday. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I do not have a ton of followers, subscribers. I haven't even reached 100 yet. And that's all fine because when I started this, I decided I'm going to do this for myself as a mental health kind of exercise. And it will talk about my life and what's going on in my life and what I'm accomplishing and what I'm doing. And the rest is gravy. And I still feel that way. Yeah, I have to say, it's a little fun to see when your subscriber, numbers go up. But again, it doesn't change my life. So I've been faithful at it. I don't think I've gone longer than 3 weeks. I think I've gone 2 to 3 weeks at the most. I went back and looked at my first couple of videos. And I think I've improved some. I do need to look at my background. Some of y'all have the best backgrounds, and I just prop myself up on my bed. I'm using a ring light again. I'm using my phone again, which gives me better volume. I like the ring light. The only thing I don't like is I can't wear my glasses. It really bothers me when you see the ring light in people's glasses. So it really bothers me. But I think I like this setup. I just need to find a better background. And I've done other things, but I've just been lazy about it. So I'm going to improve on that. I'm going to improve on inserting pictures, maybe a little bit of sound or video or music, and learn how to edit a little bit. That's my goal for this year. So I think having done this for a year, and I may try to do it more than every 2 weeks, like maybe every week to 10 days. I don't know, life gets kind of busy even during COVID sometimes. Or again, because of my arthritis, I don't get a lot of stitching done or something. But a lot of people have like half-hour long videos, and some people like to just watch half-hour long videos. Maybe that would appeal to more people if I just did a half an hour, because mine tend to be 45 minutes to an hour. I've got an hour and 8 minutes here, folks. So I need to cut this off and say bye for now. Go and upload this. Fingers crossed. It has been uploading really well lately. But I just want to thank you for joining me, for subscribing, for whether you subscribe or not, watching or connecting, because I picked the name Stitching to Connect Annie because connecting was vital to me this last year. And so I combined the stitching aspect of that to connecting, and it's fit really well for me. So this is Stitching to Connect Annie, saying goodbye for now. I hope you have a good next week to 10 days to 2 weeks, and enjoy the fall weather. I'm not going to DC for Halloween, which I had done in the past, but I am going to see my son and his wife the first weekend of October. I'm very excited about that. Going to Seattle, getting to see their new house that's kind of demolished because they're doing a remodel of the whole thing, and getting to spend some time on the shore, I hope, maybe. My daughter-in-law Ashley's folks have a cabin on the peninsula, and we may be able to go up at least maybe a night, maybe just a day, and spend some time up there, stick my feet in some sand, have some fun. They have a big Chesapeake Bay Retriever dog. His name's Magnus, and he's big. He's a big dog, but he's sweet. And I got to see him. Uh, my husband and I got to go with them to pick him up when they got him brand new. I think he was like 6 to 8 weeks old. He was so precious. So maybe, like I said, if I can get, and maybe my son can help me learn how to insert videos, and that's a really good idea too. So I hadn't verbalized that. That just came out. Maybe he can help me a little more. My grandson helped me some, and I have a better understanding of how to do it. But maybe Joel, my son, can help me. Um, and I love Seattle in the fall. It's a wonderful time to go because it's not super hot, it's not super cold, it's not gray usually, it's usually pretty blue sky uh, before all the rain sets in. Of course, who knows, but we can hope. So I'm excited about that. Then the third week, which I definitely will film. If I don't film before I go see my son, I'll film right after, and then I'll definitely film before I go see my sister. I'm going to see her for a week in California. And then we're taking a trip for Thanksgiving, and I'll fill you in on that as we go to see my daughter and her family. And I found out my oldest son is coming for Thanksgiving, Eric. So if I don't see him in California when I go see my sister, he's an hour away from her, then I'll see him for Thanksgiving. So a lot of family, a lot of joy coming up, but we are still, I won't say ravaged, but I will say um, completely affected by COVID, and I'm still not doing a lot. We did have an in-person in-house book club this last week I went to, which was very enjoyable. But we've all been fully vaccinated. Not that that completely keeps you from getting it, but you don't get as sick. I'm planning on getting my booster sometime before we go for Thanksgiving, I believe. Sometime between October and November, I'll get my booster. And if that all pans out the way it's supposed to right now. But please take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, be respectful of others' choices. However you support the vaccination and everything, just remember everyone has their own choices. And you may not agree with them, but be respectful of them. And I just have a mask with me all the time. And if I feel like they're not making the choices I would make, I slap on my mask. And or if I'm in a place where I feel like there's some vulnerable people that even more vulnerable, even though they're fully vaccinated, I slap on my mask. I have no problem doing that. I want to respect people, their choices, and their health choices throughout this pandemic. And that's my personal belief. That's what I believe I can do as a human being. So, again, talked another 5 minutes. I just wanted to say thank you for being a part of my life and joining me. And I enjoy all of you out there, all the Flosstubes. I have such a list now. I do need to get back to looking at who's brand new and supporting some who's brand new people because I think that's important too. So, again, bye for now. Stitch into Connect Annie. See you in a few weeks and enjoy your fall, y'all. Bye bye.